Alright, good morning. It's Sunday, August 31st, and I'm just leaving home now. We already got loaded up on Friday. I don't normally drop my load at the truck stop for the weekend, or in this case, a 34-hour break. But I needed to get my tires rotated this week, so that's what I ended up doing. Me and my son and I ended up taking the tires off. He did a bunch of the work. I had to step in and do a good amount of it. He's just not quite there yet. But he did a good amount of the work. Still don't quite have the tools for it. It's the biggest problem is lifting them tires up. I ended up taking my floor jack and putting that underneath the front axle, and then we use the the big floor jack. It's like a 22-ton jack. I jacked most of everything up with that, and then we had the airbags deflated, and we took the regular 3-ton floor jack and I jacked up one side where the airbag was and just pushed the axle up, set a jack stand underneath that side, and then we just used it and jacked up the other side. This way we got all 8 tires off the ground. And that worked out pretty good. But I started getting the inside of the front axle started, I forget what they call that, but it was like where the tread was missing. Like every 4 inches, it kind of did this. So it just started getting a weird wear pattern on it. So I wanted to move them to the back so that they could get a little bit better usage. The back tires are are worn down a lot more than the front ones were. So that'll help balance it out. Hopefully we can get those tires to last another year and 3 months. I'll be done with this lease. And then hopefully by then I can get the truck that I want. I did try going for a 370. I know it wasn't a 379. It was a 389. I tried going for, and I didn't have the capital or the financing, or not I didn't have the capital or the credit to make it work. They ended up wanting like 20% down, and I wasn't expecting good results, but I got what I was expecting, and that was just the knowledge of what I was looking at to get one, which was a shame because that Pete had the mileage. If you looked at the mileage versus the hours that was on it, it had like 400,000 or 500,000 miles. It was somewhere in that area. But the mileage versus the hours, it averaged out to like 50 miles per hour. So I mean, it had like no idle time on it. And it had Go Green APU, which is the APU that I really want. But it is what it is. We'll find another one. this lease, and then I'll be able to take all that extra money from what's been being put into the maintenance fund that I'm not using, and use that to help me put money down on the truck. That, and I'm probably just going to sell the Freightliner at home and be done with it. So yeah, that's what we got done. We got our tires, we got the drives rotated, I should say. We loaded up Friday. We have our ingots, sows, and we're heading down to Marston, Missouri. That's going to put us about 3 hours away. My only thing is I wanted to try to deliver tomorrow night. It is, I think it was like 1,100 miles. If I can deliver tomorrow night, then great, and I should have enough time to run the 3 hours over there to Tennessee, to where I picked up those ACs last week. If I can't deliver tomorrow night, and the only reason I'm not sure is because tomorrow's Labor Day. If I can't deliver tomorrow night, which is supposed to be a 24/7 facility, then I'll have to wait until Tuesday morning, and then still I can run the 3 hours over there, and then I'm coming right back up, going to Rochester, New York, and going to back over to Milford, Connecticut, which was my first stop on the last AC load. As far as my videos go, in the last couple weeks, I was able to upload Monday through Friday and get all of the videos I had done. Right now I have, which will be coming out starting tomorrow on Monday, I have a lineup ready Monday through Friday. Friday ends the AC units that I just completed Tuesday to Thursday of last week, and then we'll end up with this video coming out on Monday the 7th, 8th. I believe Monday is the 8th. It helps if the calendar's where it needs to be. Yeah. So this video is going to come out Monday the 8th. After this video comes out, I'm not too sure how it's going to end up, but eventually here shortly after, the videos aren't going to be, they shouldn't be coming out every day. They'll just start coming out as I'm doing them. I'm basically, like I said in the earlier videos, I don't think it was too long ago that it just becomes overwhelming for me to try to get so many videos stored up and not doing them. It becomes too much, and then I end up procrastinating on actually doing the video and editing it and getting it uploaded and whatnot, that I don't end up doing anything with it. And then that's how I got so far behind. There was a video I did recently, it was maybe a week ago. That was actually from a month and a half ago. So a lot of those videos that have been coming out aren't back to back. There's days and weeks in between those videos. The vacation, taking the week off of the vacation, probably helped quite a bit, allowing me to catch up with the videos. Time-wise, it led me get right up to where we are now. But after this video comes out, there might be a couple more that trail right behind it that I'm going to be able to do, just because we are still backed out a week. But between the days that are in between loads and stuff like that, I would say within a couple weeks of my guessing, within a couple weeks of doing this video here, we'll be to the point where videos will be coming out maybe once I'd say 1 to 3 times a week. Depending on the loads that I'm doing, but you guys will pretty much be caught up with what's going on right now. And honestly, it seems like the guys that are watching it kind of prefer that over the constant content. It seems a little bit more acceptable to be in the know of what's going on now and not what happened last month. And not just about having content to watch, but knowing what's going on and where I'm at, whereabouts I'm going, stuff like that. So while you still won't be able to know, like you might see my next video coming from here to there, but I will have already been there before the video comes out the next day. So it's never going to be like a live deal, but it'll be pretty close to I was just in that area. So anyway, here's the trailer, pulling up to it now. I did end up using my kingpin lock. I don't use that like ever. I haven't used it in a very long time. But that's why I don't like dropping my trailer with a load on it, because it just, at least if somebody's gonna steal the trailer, it doesn't have however much money that aluminum's worth on it, and the loss is the trailer, not a huge hit at the insurance, because we also had cargo theft at the same time. But I guess it is. It's better to drop a loaded trailer. Schneider, not the recruiter, but the orientation instructor, I guess, said it. The way he said it, it kind of made sense to me. It's better to drop a loaded trailer and put a kingpin lock on it than it is to just leave the truck attached to it. Because if they break into the truck, it's a lot easier for them to take the truck and the trailer and shoot right down the road. But at least if they're just trying to hook up to my trailer, a lot more people are going to see them trying to cut that kingpin lock off. Bottom line is, if somebody wants to steal your shit, they're gonna steal it. But anyway, we did it because I wanted to get them tires rotated, and I'll show you the cupping. I think it's cupping that's going on. Shit, can't really tell right here. This tire is doing it too, but it must be only in certain spots. I can see it a lot better on that side there. Take a quick walk. See it right there. This is all worn down a little bit more. We got more here. So this part of the tread is definitely a lot lower than this part, but hopefully putting it back here, it'll help balance it out a little bit better. The tread is a lot thicker here than these tires here. I've actually had this one and those two have all been replaced. This is the only tire that is still the original tire from when I got the truck. This one originally had a big hole in it. I think it's the one on the inside over here is the one that the tread peeled off of. And then the outside one is the one that it went bald on me. So anyway, I'm gonna get the kingpin lock off and drop the air suspension and lift up. We had pretty good amount of grease on there still, but I put a little extra. All right, good morning. We're down here at Mercer pulling out now. And I was honestly hoping that they were going to have the store open today so that I could get some chain hooks. And I was going to cut some chains down before I get over to the AC place again, but no luck. So and I called up the receiver just to make sure that they were going to be able to accept today. I mean, they're 24/7, but I wasn't sure if they were going to be closed or not. So because today's Labor Day, but they're still receiving. So I'm going to head down there. We should be down there about 2:30. Still gonna stop for breakfast. Yeah, so they should be down there about 2:30. Get out of there by 3:30 at the latest, and then head over to Clarksville, Tennessee, or somewhere in that area to pick up tomorrow morning, and then we'll make our way back up to Rochester. Give you guys a little show of the of where we gotta pull in when we get there. And we'll get unloaded. See you down there.
18 to 2, I'm thinking. That's what I'm guessing.
So we're going to try a new position for the camera. We're only about
turn left onto County Highway 431.
We're only about a mile and a half out. We got to turn right up here in a half a mile, less than 3/10 of a mile. I think this camera view would be a little bit better. Can't do much about the easy pass block there, but it's not really blocking much of anything. As I mentioned this morning, I called these guys this morning.
First left onto County Highway 431.
And they said that they were here. I was worried they weren't going to be here because of Labor Day. I was going to come down here anyway, but I was going to take my time getting down here until this morning, or until this evening, and then this way I could go down first thing in the morning whenever they were going to start. But they're a 24/7 facility down here. I just wasn't sure how it was going to work with the holiday. I didn't know if they take off certain holidays or whatnot, but most companies do. Even Mercer shut down today. But I figured this camera view here is going to be a lot easier. Not just easier, but better for you guys to see, whether it's talking to me or if it's going out the window. The only thing that stinks is if I makes it a little harder to switch back and forth, because I gotta slightly rotate it. To get back into view. I really didn't need to stop for that railroad track, but it's a really bad bump coming through there. So I don't know what the deal is with this plant. It just looks like a really old plant that's not really used anymore. Pretty much all of the entrances and everything are shut down. It looks like the main building is there to the left. I don't know if that's going to... Yeah, that makes it really... That's about as far as I can turn it. But that looks like the main building over there. And it doesn't look like they use it at all. There's a ton of grass growing up in the parking lot. Like, there's no cars going in and out of there. To the point of however this place was when it was up and going completely. Same thing with this gate here. You can see there's like no use of the road. Nobody's driven over it in a long time. The buildings are pretty well ran down. That lean-to, or whatever the heck you want to call it, that barn there to the right is missing a roof. Seems like somebody's just renting. This company is just like renting space to use. Check in. Alright, so my biggest issue with coming here, which is not a huge issue, is we got to pull down here, turn around, and then go back out to where we just came in at. Park to the side, and that's where they unload us. It's the turning around with the spread axle and all the whole load on that I'm not a huge fan of, but I just dump my axle and I back down in here blindside like I'm going to the docks. I guess I could technically pull down towards the docks, back out at a seaside version, but the hole's so big and there's nobody down in there. Not going to hurt to do one way or the other. Try to keep it at a 45-degree angle. Even with the axle dump, I like to try to stay no more than 45 degrees. Bring it around. That'll do it. Truck coming in. around the time I originally started. The 183 number. Alright, so we'll get this all unstrapped and like that. Anyway, we'll get it unstrapped and unloaded. Alright, while we're waiting for the guys to get out here, figure we'll go over some numbers real quick. First, I want to punch this in. Clarksville, Connecticut, New York, PA, Connecticut, Virginia, Tennessee. There we go, Clarksville. Yep. Over the train. Alright, so we got, this load came in at $2,823 and a whole whopping 10 cents. The deadhead definitely hurt a little bit. We had a 24.4% deadhead, 75.6% loaded. All miles, we're looking at $1.78 per mile. Loaded mile, we were at 236. We deadheaded 387 miles and was loaded for 1,196 miles, giving us a total mileage of 1,583 miles. And we caught a 34-hour break in there. This month I didn't do great compared to the rest of my months. I also took the week off in the beginning of the month. But for instance, this month was $13,851 compared to last month of $21,109. But the deadhead rate, or the all rate per mile for last month, was actually less than this month. Last month was $1.85. This month is $1.91. So per mile we made a little bit better, include with the deadhead. I did 7,258 miles this month. For some reason that doesn't feel right. 72.58. Okay. Yeah, we didn't do anything from August 1st. I guess I should say from August 4th, because we delivered that one lift load, those big black tub looking things from last month. We picked them up on the end of last month and we delivered them on the 4th. But I only go by, I keep it to the date that I picked it up is how I consider my month. There's always going to be some overlap there. But we didn't pick up another load until the 11th. And I ran pretty steadily from there. I had up, no, I didn't even have that off. What's up, buddy?
Where's your sales from?
That's from Messina, New York. Okay. Yeah, I didn't really take any time off. We had a load 18th and 19th. Oh, I did get kind of screwed there after I did that pipe load. We had no loads. I ended up deadheading a lot and had a few days that I just didn't do anything because I couldn't get anything to try to stay close so that I could do the little surprise that my wife had for my birthday, which was going to see Brad Williams. So it definitely wasn't a great month. This month, I'm shooting for this month to be much better. July was my best month though, at 21,109. Prior to that, it was 13.2, 17.5, 12.8, 18, 13.3, and 17.4. So it looks like August and June weren't that great. 13.8 compared to 13.2 for June, and the mileage was actually even less in June. Had 72.58 for July and 69.49 for June. But June was also $1.91. The best month I've had so far was April, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that was a lot of trees. It was a lot of trees, but it was also my lowest month for revenue. I only did $12,800 for the month. Anyway, we definitely gotta change things up a little bit and start doing a little bit more. Fuel mileage has been pretty good. I got an average of 7.3 miles to the gallon, and then we got an average of 174.77 miles to the gallon for depth. So I'm gonna call it here. We'll pick up the next load tomorrow, the next video tomorrow. It just won't be released tomorrow. Or it might, I don't know. We're gonna see how things play out. I'm gonna try to edit and upload the next day. Which actually this video is not gonna come out until Monday, so it's gonna take a little while before things actually get to where it's in the right now, where it's in the now. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Sweat my butt off. Stay safe.